you are sitting in the heavenly realms with Jesus Christ, and everything is under His feet, is under your feet. Other day, we have a goat. We have 3 goats. Yeah, we live in a farm. We have 50 chickens, 3 goats. One of them is Michael, one of the goats' name. I didn't name him. Rebecca, Cordell, and Jeremy named him. I don't know why. They may hate a Michael in their lives. I apologize from all Michaels. Is there a Michael in this room? You are Michael? Middle name, I apologize, Michael. Michael is an archangel, and I don't know why they named this god Michael. And I have a best friend, her husband is Michael. She just came to stay with us. I keep calling Michael, and she's like, is my husband here? Is he surprising me? I am like, no, this god is crazy. I don't know why they named him Michael. And then she said to her husband on FaceTime, you want to look at yourself? She said, it's a goat. And this goat started attacking me. He's immature, they said. Jeremy is a goat expert. Where's Jeremy? And, he's in back. And then Jeremy said, my legs were all purple and blue and black because he keeps attacking me. I told Jeremy, we are not a meat farm. We don't eat our animals. I love animals. So, no, they live, they give eggs, and they die in their, it's going to be like a nursing home from 5 years from now. They are in like a 5-star hotel. My husband sees the apples, and I am like, don't touch the apples, they are for the horses. He sees the carrots, I am like, don't touch carrots, they are for the horses. He takes the lettuce to make a salad, I am like, those are for the goats. And he's like, 1 egg, we give eggs here, 1 egg costs us $500, he says. Exaggeration, but close. But so I told Jeremy, I said, if there's one animal in this farm, I want to cook. It's Michael. No wonder Jesus said, I'm going to separate goats from the sheep. There was a reason. So every time we decided a date for him to take Michael and execute him somewhere else, because I told him, don't do it on this property. I don't want to wake up with meh in my ears. I don't. It's tormenting. And every time we put a date of execution for the electric chair, for the Michael, I couldn't do it. So I said to Jeremy, is there any way we can save this goat's life? I didn't know male goats were so territorial. I have 2 other goats, and he is ruling over me and everything. He thinks I am a goat too, maybe. So, and he's a pervert. And so, definitely he's not saved. But this is what happened. You see, Jesus is funny. It's not always doom and gloom, right? Jeremy said, there's one way that you can save this goat's life. I said, okay, what is that? He's like, I cannot do it. You are the owner. You are in charge. These animals are under your dominion. This is your territory. There's a message here. You're going to take this goat by its horns. But they're going to do everything so you cannot hold their horns. Because the horns of the goat is their weapon. So those horns are as sharp as a knife. When it's not smooth. So last week, I wish someone had a camera and came to picture this. He said, this goat is not broken. You need to break this goat. If he is broken, then you can use him. If he's not broken, this goat will be against you the rest of his life. And I said, how am I going to break this goat? I don't want to unbud him because a lot of goats die. I search. I am in all these Facebook groups about goats and chickens and ducks and geese and horses, and now I'm looking for a camel. So it's another subject. If you want to donate some money and designate it camel, we appreciate it. So other day I did a video about benefits of camel's milk, and I drank camel's milk, remember? So, and I ate a camel burger. They said it was, and it was pretty, you ate that too? Where did you eat? Where? Oh, in Turkey. Did you ate camel burger? Okay. If I ever go back to Turkey, you need to give me a name of the place. It's very hard. It's a delicacy. It's very hard to find, like caviar, to eat a camel burger. Wow, I'm impressed. He ate camel burger. That makes you half 50% Middle Eastern now. So Jeremy said, you're going to take him by the horns and you're going to bring him down. And he came to my legs again and I said, listen to me, devil. I got mad. Sometimes you're going to get mad at the devil. Michael is not the devil, but he was representing the devil with his horns. I took his horns, but he started struggling so hard. Literally, he started cutting his horns, my palms. But I didn't let him go, because if you let him go, then he's going to get worse. Because he knew, he will always know that he won the battle. But he doesn't know that I am saving his life by wrestling to him. He's hurting, he wants me to go, and he looks at me in the eye to me like an enemy. And I'm holding him, and this thing is like rodeo, and I'm a city girl. I am like, I wish somebody comes right now. Jeremy comes and with his iPhone. This will go viral. And it just flooded. It was like rain everywhere. And I was going to a meeting. So I am holding him, and I am like deep in the mud. He's not going down. And I ran. He's not that big. I ran on him. But I am not sitting on him because I could break his back. I want to break his spirit, but I don't want to break his back, right? Then he will be a curry, Michael. Slow cook. No. So I went on him. He's still doing this thing, and I am like, wow, I can do rodeo. I will be the first rodeo champion from Middle East in America with an accent. So I am on the goat. He is not letting it go. We are like this. I said, okay, I am done with this game. So I put his two legs in the front together to get his balance. Because once you get the balance out of your enemy, you need to know wrestling. Do you know what is the national sport of Turkey? Wrestling. You didn't know? Abdullah's son has a gold medal in wrestling, right, Abdullah? He teaches wrestling. This guy has been wrestling all his life. So I put his legs together and I brought him down. But when I was bringing him down, we slid together. And I ended up in the mud. My half face and everything was in the mud. I was already late to the meeting. And he was between my legs and we are on the floor and he's like this. I feel like I have lawnmower still working between my legs and I am like... And Jeremy still wasn't there. And I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack because I was... And then I'm holding him. He's still struggling because Jeremy said until he stops struggling, you don't let him go. You're going to make sure. Some of you leave the warfare room, warfare prayer, warfare praise before you got the victory. Because you get tired and you leave, it gets worse. It gets worse. You got to make sure that you need to uproot what you need to uproot. Unless you have the evidence that God heard you, He saw your tears, He heard your prayers, you don't leave wrestling. Jacob didn't leave that room until he said, you bless me. I'm not going to let you go. We are not finished here. I've been running all my life. I'm not going to run anymore. I was seeking my blessings from my father. Then I was seeking my blessings from Laban. I keep seeking all the blessings, all the promises, everything from man. But now I am wrestling the right person. And I'm not going to let you go until we get to the bottom of this. And he started limping, right? Okay, I was worse after this wrestling. And so one point I didn't give up after a while. I was really like out of breath and I said, you devil, I am premenopause. I can break your neck like Jason Bourne. I really felt like I was in a Mission Impossible movie. I'm like, it gives you certain level. Now I get it, how people hunt and do stuff like that. It gives you certain level of, oh, wow, I have power and I can dominate. You see, but there is a healthy balance there. I could kill him, but I didn't want to kill him. I wanted to break him so he could live. When he saw that I meant business, he surrendered. He looked at me like this and he stopped shaking himself. He looked at me. I said, now you know who the boss is, huh? And two goats they were like this. I am like, put it in the Chronicles of Goats book to the other goats. A female human broke this guy's will. And as soon as I left him, he started running away from me. I hurt his will. He had to be broken to live. And sometimes that is what God does with us. And he says, you say, I don't deserve this. What have I done? Why this is going on in my life? Maybe Jesus is saying, I took you as a fisherman. And then you said I was the Messiah in Matthew chapter 16. And I said, blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah. This wasn't revealed to you by man, but my Father in heaven. On this rock, I will build my church. Not you as a pope. I will build my church on this truth. That is the rock, that I am the Messiah. And gates of hell shall not prevail against it. But then in the same chapter, I said, get thee behind me, Satan. Then I said, I am going to go to suffering. And then you said, I will never betray you, Lord. And I said, you're going to deny me before the rooster crows 3 times. Then we reconcile. But Peter was broken. Sometimes you just get broken through your own sin. And God allows that. And the same Peter said, I am not worthy to be crucified as my Lord and Savior. And he was crucified upside down. From that fisherman, stubborn goat, Peter, to a man that would give his life in a more suffering way than anyone in his disciples. God breaks us for a purpose. And we resist that brokenness because we resist change. Our flesh always resists obedience. Obedience doesn't come naturally. We resist obedience. We resist discipline. We resist it. All of us. Some of us have a smaller resistance as we get older. Some of us have bigger resistance. Bigger resistance, bigger delay. Smaller resistance, smaller delay. It is all delay. And then complete submission. Like Jesus, your will be done, not my will. Your will be done. That point is the one that Michael was broken. And when I was looking him in the eye, Jesus said to me, you are coming to that place. You are broken, but I'm going to break you more. Not because I don't love you, just because I love you. Because there's much more work to be done. Unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies. It's a single seed. It's a single seed. It's not productive. But if it falls and dies, it multiplies, bears a lot of seeds. That brokenness is dying to self. Michael died to self. And I want to tell you, he was very good 1 week, and yesterday, he went like this to me again. I said, Michael, listen, I'm tired, you are tired, we can do it again. Since I know how to do it now. We know who is going to win this. We know who is going to win this. You still want to wrestle? Jesus is going to win this anyway. Do you want to wrestle? And he went back to we created a playground for him. He went on his playground. And he looks at me once in a while. And yesterday he came up to me. I was working with my, what is it I like, Jeremy, that I drill? I don't know, first time in my life I am using electric drill. I feel like, and I am drilling something, and then he comes, and this time he goes like a puppy. And I said, can I love you because you couldn't touch this goat before? He said, yes. You see, after you get broken, you start receiving love. Before you are broken, you are like this. You are not only resisting discipline, you are resisting the love that comes with discipline. Because God said, I discipline who I love. If you see it as love, you receive it. But if you see it as hatred, you resist it. And then you will never be broken. Unless you are broken, you cannot be used. You can be used, but you will have no fruit. You will be just one kernel of wheat, preaching like a parrot, reading from a textbook rest of your life. And the Bible And the scriptures are going to be information, not a revelation. If they become a revelation, then you will see a manifestation of transformation. Information won't transform us, but revelation is the presence of God. Transform us. One thing I'm going to read. We need the counsel of God in every situation and change the atmosphere to walk in the supernatural power of Jesus Christ. Supernatural power of Jesus Christ is not only walking on water. It is not ascending only. It is not only raising dead. It is also loving like He did. If you believe in me, you do what I do, and even greater things than this. So, for when we get the counsel of God, there are 6 things I want to leave with you now. And we're going to worship some more. One of them is observation. The first thing, you need to observe. Making an assessment of any circumstance, people or environment. What is happening? Assessed. I see a sister walking back with a jean jacket, the other one in a burgundy shirt going back to her seat. She has a notebook in her hand. Maybe she wanted to give a word, but it's too late. But God already delivered the words, or maybe she was writing a journal. I am observing it. There can be still a confusion. There can be still a fight. You're observing, but you are not discerning. You see, when people observe something, they think they are discerning. Okay? Father and son, they went out a fishing trip. They had a great relationship. He could win a gold medal about being the best father on the planet. And he's showing his son how to fish, putting the baits and everything, and son is looking at his father and just saying, one day I will be like my dad. At that very moment of his dreaming to be like his father, father takes the kid and throws him into the ocean. And then he jumps. And the kid is in shock and trauma of his father in the middle of the ocean. Takes him, the man that he trusted the most in his life, throwing him into the ocean and knowing that he's not a good swimmer. But then he sees, in 10 seconds, a big ship comes and completely trashes the boat. You see, the observation is not always the discernment. What he's observing is his father is doing something very cruel. But he doesn't have the big picture. And he's wondering why his father is so harsh to do something like that. Throwing him into the water. That's observation. But then the discernment comes. After observation. Then when discernment comes, that is the work of the Holy Spirit. Okay? Knowing what is good, what is evil. You see, if somebody saw me wrestling with Michael, they would maybe put me on social media and say, this pastor is doing cruelty to animals. Right? She has this farm, she's posting pictures, but behind the scene, look what she's doing to a poor goat. They don't know that if I didn't do that, he would be a curry goat tomorrow. Which one is more cruel? Maybe not. Hey, curry goats sometimes taste better than the real one. But if you know the discernment of God, Without seeing entire picture, you may say, this is of God, and this is not of God. Then the number 3 is word of knowledge. Word of knowledge is greater than discernment. In discernment, you are knowing what is going on. Is God or not of God, right? But when it is word of knowledge, you are getting the inside story details. It's one up high. Okay, this couple is married. He's yelling at her, and he's giving her a look, and she has fear on her face. Something is wrong there, you are thinking, and the discernment is saying, no, he's trying to protect her. Then the word of knowledge is, there's someone in the room with a gun. He's trying to protect her. So you don't know. So every step, God is putting one piece of the puzzle together. He's not giving you everything at once. So you can be codependent on Him, not on yourself. When word of knowledge comes, you need a revelation. You know what the revelation is? God's heart and purpose in the circumstance. You're going to say, okay, why are you giving me this revelation? Why am I? Because if you are discerning something, it is intentional. God is intentional. God has a purpose for you to see something in the room. At workplace, somebody comes and smiles. But it's behind the smile, you are not feeling good in your guts. Right? And God is revealing something to you. You are discerning that that smile and that flattery, oh, how good you look, I love your jacket.
Yes.
Deception is deception because it's unnoticeable. And it's familiar. So you cannot separate it. And now you discern something, then God gives you a revelation. There's this spirit behind this person. There's Jezebel. There's Leviathan. There's Python. There's whatever, hatred, competition, jealousy. Sometimes you get elevated and promoted. They want to be close to you. People didn't want to go out with you. So suddenly they, oh, do you have time next week? You want to go out? They want the formula. They want the anointing. They want a pie from the cake, piece of pie. They smell something. By the way, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so happy that you are here. And my mission in life is for you to fulfill your potential that God created you to be. So if you can share my videos and comment, like, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here today. You are sitting in the heavenly realms with Jesus Christ, and everything is under His feet, is under your feet.